Welcome to Cleary & Co. Solicitors. This video is about gross misconduct and dismissal. If you've been dismissed and the employer notifies you it is due to gross misconduct, it can come as a shock. It can be tough. You may be thinking, what does gross misconduct mean? You may be thinking your conduct was very good. You need to understand what gross misconduct can constitute and have an understanding of procedural fairness, which this video may assist you with. If we can help with any questions you have, we'll be happy to help. What is unfair dismissal? Once a dismissal arises, it is considered to be an unfair dismissal unless there are substantial grounds justifying the dismissal. Misconduct defense. The employer is entitled to argue that the dismissal was fair and proportionate due to the conduct of the employee. Gross misconduct, dismissal and procedural fairness. When an employer has made the ultimate decision to terminate the employment of the employee, they should implement procedural fairness into the process prior to the termination. Every employee will know what fairness is and isn't. They will feel it. Questions for employees to ask themselves when they receive a letter indicating that the employer has a serious issue regarding allegedly grave conduct by the employee. Did the employer specifically state in clear, simple language what the complaint is? The keyword is detail. A bold statement impervious to obtaining a full understanding of what the complaint is with detail is unfair, in our opinion. If one was to transfer it to a court setting, the least the defendant would want to know is what the detail of the charge against him or her is, i.e., when, where, and who. Did the employer ring the employee or write to the employee noting a serious issue has arisen and an investigation is due to take place? Who are the investigators? Are they impartial? Did the employee get the opportunity to defend himself or herself? Was the disciplinary process run fairly? Once a case comes before an adjudicator, each party must give evidence regarding the investigation and disciplinary procedures that took place. An employer should follow their own published company investigation disciplinary procedures, but commonly this does not happen. What constitutes gross misconduct? The Labour Court in DHL Express v M. Collin stated that the established jurisprudence in relation to dismissal law in this jurisdiction takes a very restrictive view of what constitutes gross misconduct justifying summary dismissal. The following are some frequently asked questions we receive. Do you always get sacked for gross misconduct? This is dependent on the situation, facts, and an employee's record should be taken into account. If the employer is aggrieved at conduct of the employee still has a right to a fair investigation of the facts and a fair and impartial disciplinary process, and the sanction, i.e., if it is dismissal, the decision must be proportionate to the conduct complained of. Does disciplinary mean dismissal? No, dismissal is the last and ultimate sanction an employer can choose. There are other lesser severe sanctions available to the employer, and the employer must be proportionate in the sanction decision. Can you appeal a dismissal for gross misconduct? Employers should provide appeal mechanisms in respect of the disciplinary procedure. For example, if an employer furnishes a letter to an employee which indicates the employee's employment is due to be dismissed following the outcome of the disciplinary process, the employee should be afforded the right to appeal. Disclaimer: please be advised that the mentioned material in this video is intended as an overview and as a broad outline of the topic discussed. It should not be considered as complete and comprehensive legal advice, nor act as an appropriate substitute. Legal advice should be obtained from a solicitor prior to relying on anything in this video. Due care has been taken in the publication of this video, and we do not accept legal liability as a result of reliance on any material covered in the video.